From my heart to your heart, from your heart to my heart, let's grow together better than ever to show everyone God's glory. From my heart to your heart, from your heart to my heart, let's grow together better than ever to show everyone God's glory. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful we all will be. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful we all will be. Hello YouTube family, Facebook family, biological family, and friends. Furthermore, hello new acquaintances. I'm Carol Cortez on assignment, and that's called Mission Possible, to bless us all with information, both you and me. Welcome to AHEAD. That is an acronym for Achievers, Happy, Encouraged, Accomplished, and Determined. That's who I am, and I pray and trust that's who you are also. Well, today we have 4 guests, 3 students, and the mother. We're going to be talking about this new transition that a multitude of people are going through, not just in this country, but worldwide. But we're going to focus on this country. It's called a new way of educating the children in terms of the environment that they'll be in. They'll either be homeschooling with virtual instructions being sent to them, or they will do virtual instructions totally, and some schooling going to the school facilities, and some are in this country going totally back to the school facilities. We're going to be sharing with you some strategies. The mom is going to be sharing with you some strategies that she uses. I have first-hand experience in looking at how she coordinates, and maybe some of you mothers out there can glean from her schedules and organization skills that she has, and the methods and practices that schedules she's put in place. And then we're going to be talking also to the students and getting some input from them. So please, if you would, listen in. They're primarily homeschooling totally, and of course getting some virtual input from the teachers, from recordings that the teachers send to them. So their instructions are not live, but they're pre-recorded for the homeschooled students. Furthermore, the mother has an obligation to help the young people to transmit their schoolwork to the teacher and or school for it to be graded. And of course, with the accumulation of it all, with the gradings of all of the subjects and all, give them a grade for the semester and or school year. So listen in, be blessed, glean, and type in the comments and suggestions things that you use so other people can see the comments and suggestions and possibly implement it into their transitional period of this new way of schooling the children. Remember, if you would, to listen up for the Bible quiz that I'll have towards the end of the broadcast. Click on like, let YouTube and me know that you like the information, por favor, please, and leave me your comments and your questions and your suggestions. Share this information with everyone. Please don't keep it to yourself. Just like a good meal, you want to share it with somebody you like. So share this information, and please click on subscribe subscribe to this channel and ring the notification bell so that when I upload a new broadcast, you'll be notified, okay? So listen in and be blessed. Take notes if you can, okay? The students are going to be giving you input, and so will the mother. So enjoy. Listen in. We have 3 guests, and these 3 guests are going through what many students are going through. And so they're going to share some of their summations on how they are adjusting to the new educational environment that they are put into. Okay, so I know that you're going through a whole new change of educational environment, and you're not in with some of your classmates. So we have some questions for you, and be comfortable in answering them so that we can help other people to know how to adjust like you're learning to adjust. And it's not that you know everything, it's just that you know some things during your adjustment period that you can share with other people. And I'm sure that other people can share things with you, and I'm hoping that they will type them in the comment section so we all can help each other. Okay, so one of the questions, now I'm going to put them in sequential order somewhat. First of all, what do you feel about the new educational environment that you're in, being at home, because they are homeschooled right now, totally?
So, yeah, it has been very different, the change, and it's been, at first, it was a little bit hard to get used to the change, but now I'm starting to like being homeschooled, because even though you, can't be with your friends that much and your family, you still can communicate with them, and also you can get more free time, but you have to choose it wisely, and you can manage your time schedule more easily.
So it teaches you how to manage your time better?
Yes, it does, because you can get more order.
Okay.
Because you can look at your schedule every day, and yes.
So let me ask you, who makes out your schedule for the day?
Really, my mom does, because
Okay.
she checks my work.
So she's one of the main people that helps you. Now let me ask you, do you see your teacher at all? Whether you do you go to school to see your teacher? Do you see the teacher a live recording, or do you see your teacher already pre-recorded?
I see my teacher already pre-recorded.
Okay, so how do you feel about seeing your teacher pre-recorded?
I feel good, and
Okay.
I like seeing them, how they look.
Does that make you feel good to see? Is this teacher your first time seeing this teacher?
Yes.
Okay, so do they leave little messages in the recording so that you can feel close to them, although you've never met them face to face?
Yes.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. So what do you think about not having your friends to run around the playground with?
Well, yeah, you can sometimes miss them, but that doesn't mean you can't communicate with them.
Okay.
So you should communicate with them often. You can go to parks. You can invite your friends over to parks, wear your masks, and just enjoy in parks with the free air. And you can also with neighbors. You can also play and interact with your neighbors and
Okay.
or siblings.
So you still have some times of having fun with your friends.
Uh-huh.
So let me ask you, Do you do any Zoom calling? Because a lot of people do Zoom calling nowadays.
Yes, I do Zoom callings when I have a test or when the teacher is going to say an announcement. And yes.
Wow. So what do you think? Do you have any, when you have your recesses and or on your weekends, do you also do Zoom calling with your friends and or family?
Sometimes, but I really don't.
Okay. Okay. What about you? Do you do Zoom calling with family and friends on the weekends?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think about the Zoom calling?
I like it
Okay.
because it's like about praising God.
Okay.
That's what the Zoom calls are mostly about.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. That sounds very exciting and encouraging, you know. So with the pre-recorded information from your teachers, who sends your finished work to your teachers?
Well, usually in the afternoon or close to nighttime, we check the work, and usually our mom takes
Okay.
the photo, and then we send it electronically through Microsoft Teams, and yeah, then we just turn it in, and then they receive it.
So let me ask you, what grade are you in?
5th.
And what grade are you in?
I'm in 2nd grade.
And what grade are you in?
2nd.
These two are twins, these two here. So they're in the same class. Do you have the same teachers?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Miss Olson and Miss Jansen.
Okay, okay, wonderful. So what do you think about your new teacher?
I feel really weird because I'm used to my other teacher in 1st grade.
Okay.
But then I'm going to get used to my teacher, and then I'm going to go grades to grade, and then I'm going to get used and used.
Do you, on the Zoom calls, do you get to see any of your classmates that's in that class too?
Yes, I do. But I just like hear their voices. I recognize their voices because their video is off.
Okay, so you recognize their voices from last year being with them, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you ever get to talk to any of those classmates on your school week day or the weekend?
Sometimes.
Okay, okay. Did you have special friends that you made in school last school year?
Yes, a lot.
Okay. So, okay, so let me ask you, what do you do at your recess time? What are some of the things that you do at recess to revitalize yourself after doing all the schoolwork for the morning and then you get recess? So what do you do to refresh yourself during your recess?
Okay, so usually recess we go outside. Sometimes we stay in the front, or we go walking. We go walking around the block, or we go to parks, near parks around us, and we just enjoy with like some of our neighbors and other kids.
Okay, that on recess.
Yeah.
Do you have a lunch break? And during your lunch break, what do you do during your lunch break besides eat? Do you do something to refresh yourself?
Yes. First we eat lunch, and then we like take a little break, and then we usually go turn in our work.
Okay. So what are some of the classes that you have done? Because I know today is a school day. What are some of the classes that you did today?
I did something that's called K-Thread.
What is it called?
K-Thread, it's morning work.
K-Thread.
K-Thread.
Okay. Okay.
And math and science. And another thing that's called learning skills.
Oh, nice. So, do you know if any of your classmates go to school to be educated, or is everyone doing, or all of your classmates doing the same thing you're doing?
Some of the classmates are going to school,
Oh, they are.
and some are staying home.
Oh, okay. Are there any of your classmates that you talk to that go to school, to the school?
Yes, there is.
And what have they told you how they feel about going there and you're not there and other children are not there?
Yes, one of my friends told me that it feels kind of weird, like without her usual friends, and she feels a little bit sad.
Oh.
And yeah.
So it's important to help other people that are going through situations like that. It's important to encourage them and make them feel happy when you're with them, you know. The Bible says a merry heart is good medicine for the soul. So sometimes I know this day you're running around playing, and that's so important to have laugh time, run around time. And so I'm sure that when you get with your friends that you make sure that you have some laugh time, some play time. And as a matter of fact, the two of you just recently had a birthday. And I saw y'all doing a lot of running around and laughing time. So, do you at times find that you help your little sisters to feel comfortable with this new environment of learning at home and staying at home?
Yeah, well, for me, I like doing like remote learning and the changes. I've gotten used to it. So I try to like tell them the things that I like about it, and then hopefully they'll start liking it also. And also sometimes helping them with their homework, trying to make it a little bit quicker, and also playing with them as much as possible.
Nice. So what are some of the things that you like about this new educational environment?
Well, yeah, so like I said, you can miss your friends, but you can manage your time more. And for us, our school starts at 8 and ends at 3:30. So usually we can start earlier, start later, have a little bit more breaks. And if we like finish early, we can finish earlier. And also, since we don't do live, they send us the videos, we can advance more.
So I understand that they all recently had tests. So let's peek in and find out what the grades were like, seeing how they're adjusting grade-wise. So, you two just had tests. Let me ask you, what was your grade on the test?
So yesterday I think I had a test and I got in 100.
Ooh.
And the day before that I got in 100. The day before that I got an 87.
87 is not bad at all. Mm-hmm. And okay, you're in the same class, so you got tests too. So let's peek in and find out what she did.
So at first when I looked at that test, I was like, oh my goodness, that's so hard. But then when I practiced it with my sister and with my mom, I was like, oh, this is so easy. And then when I went into my test, I got an 100 because it was too easy for me. And at the end, it always asks you what is your teacher, so you can remind your teacher. And then the day before that, I got an 100. The day before that, I got an 100. And the day before that, I got an
100. So we're seeing that basically this whole new transition of being homeschooled as opposed to going to the facilities, the school, has not changed their desire to learn and their zeal to come up with good grades. And let me ask you, do you have some tests that you want to tell us about?
Yes. So usually with my math tests, I get 90 out of 100 or more. Reading tests, maybe the same with math tests. Usually I don't get less than 80 sometimes.
Fantastic, fantastic. Keep the good work up. Encourage your classmates, encourage other people. Keep the good work up. It's in life, one thing we can always rely on in experiencing, and that is change. And change should help us grow stronger, grow wiser, because we become creative in the things that we think of to work through the change and to make it work out for our betterment, our good. So one thing we all have to be aware of in life is you will always have to experience change and work your way through it and make it work out for your good. So, we're going to talk to the girls a little bit more, but that's after we talk to someone that's integral to helping them through it all. And that is, looking at their schoolwork, encouraging them, feeding them properly, getting them up on time, bathing them, all of the things that moms have to do. But the thing is, this mother works also. She is an entrepreneur and she has a business, and we're not going to go too deep into the business, but we're going to just make it understood that she is juggling things. She has to make breakfast, make lunch, make dinner, run her business, a daycare, where she has, I think, as many sometimes as 11 kids, I think it is. I may be wrong on the numbers, and she may have as few as maybe 4. It varies from day to day. But the bottom line is that, we women, this woman has to juggle a lot. And then at the end of the workday of running her business and taking care of the daughters, she has to be the one to sit down and make certain that the teachers get the girls' schoolwork, receives it. So she transmits it to them, to the teachers, 2 different teachers. But I'm going to let her step in here now and tell you the whole 9 yards. I'm only thinking this is all she has to do, and I probably am leaving out a lot. So listen in, and we're going to bring Mom on board to talk to you. So as you can see, we have now one of the mainstays of the whole dynamic homeschooling process, and that is their mother. So I'm going to let her tell you some of the things that she has to handle to keep all of the machinery of this homeschooling and her business going. So please welcome their mother, Gabriela.
Hello, thanks for having us. Thanks for having
You're
me.
welcome. My pleasure.
Yes.
She knows what she does. It's a lot. And let's not forget that fathers are homeschooling also. Kudos to the mothers, kudos to the fathers,
Yes.
and kudos to the children
Yes.
that are working with their parents. Mom,
Yes.
bless us with the information.
Yes.
Some of the things that you do to put this thing together, your communications with the school, the teachers, and everything that you do.
Yes. So, yeah, this is thanks for the opportunity. This is important discussion to start having now, especially when we're all juggling so much during this time. That's definitely unique and unforeseen. So one of the things that we do on a daily basis, well, the kids have to do that. They have to make sure that they complete their attendance every day. So they either do that on their individual computers that they have. Thankfully, they each have one. Not many people do, and we're grateful to God for that opportunity. And each computer was provided by the school. So that's been very helpful. So they either submit their attendance online on their computer or on my phone, depending on how the morning is going, if everyone was able to wake up on time, if moods are pleasant, then everything works out well and they'll submit it on their computer. If we need to improvise or just make sure that things are succinct, then we just use my phone where I know it's getting done and it's checked off the list for one of the things that need to get done in the morning before 8 a.m. Each girl has a monthly calendar in which each day has as a checkbox everything that they need to complete for the day. When they're done with that, they check it off. If they need help with something, they'll mark it so that I can go over it with them. Or if I want to go over it with them, like for example, these two, and I and Tatiana, were learning about the Constitution, and Gabriela is learning about, or in school they're covering certain topics such as the slave trade, or Anaya and Tatiana were learning about Christopher Columbus, and I want to make sure that they learn it in a framework that is appropriate for what we as a family have chosen for them to learn. And understand that Christopher Columbus didn't discover America, but he learned about it in 1492. So in those instances, I make sure that I highlight it with a purple color, my favorite color, so that they understand that that's something that we're going to do together with mommy. And in addition to that, if we also want Papi to be able, Dad to be able to add to that, then we make sure that we mark it as well so that we can continue the learning process beyond the school curriculum. Each girl also has a binder and a notebook. So everything is in their binder according to subject, and then the materials that have been provided by the school is printed, hole punched, and in the binder. Or if there are additional materials that I think would be helpful to them, they're also in the binder as well. And then we go through the calendar on a daily basis in that way.
So what's the process, if you can give us an overview of what do you have to do when they've done their assignment for the day, now they have to get it out to the teachers or an administrator. What is that process like?
Yes. So the process, when they're done with a particular subject, we go over it. I make sure that they understand it. And then I scan it. I either use a scanning app on my phone if it's a homework or a project that's multiple pages. I scan it. If it's just a worksheet, then I take a picture and then we upload it onto Microsoft Teams for that subject and submit it. It's really cool also because the teacher is able to provide feedback on the assignment and say, I couldn't see the picture, or question number 3 is wrong, the correct answer is so and so. And then all of that takes place on Microsoft Teams.
So through it all, the partnership between the mother who's homeschooling, along with the videos from the pre-recorded videos from the teacher, the team effort is that the children learn and that they do well and that they feel comfortable through it all.
Yes.
Okay. So I've been here during their school day, and I see that there's harmony there. There's peace there. They're well fed before the class so that they're not hungry during their class day. And I think that's very, very important. And what are some of the meals that you make for them in the morning, just to let someone know some easy meals that they might make for their young people when they get up in the morning?
Yes, that's a really good point to make, because I didn't even think about it until you mentioned it. Certain individuals prefer just having cereal, and cereals have a lot of sugar, and somehow cereal is in my house. Yes, but I find oatmeal to be really easy to cook, and then you can add multiple things to it. You can add different fruits to it. You can flavor it with a little bit of vanilla, some cinnamon sticks. We've gotten into having coconut flakes in the oatmeal, which is yummy, and also some peanut butter for extra protein. and that way you can, make it looser if someone wants to sip on it like a hot chocolate, or keep it thicker for someone that wants to scoop it. Eggs are easy and quick, again, try to keep the protein sources higher.
So now we all are in the throes of the transition because of the COVID-19 virus. And for those of us that have jobs and or businesses, just a quick little statement on how do you manage both the homeschooling, the parenting, the business?
I'm in a state of simply managing the chaos.
So what positive thing would you share with a mother that has that situation as you, because I do see, even though it's a little chaotic at times for you, because it's still a transition period for this whole change, but you still are able to come out with a smile on your face at the end of the day. You might collapse in the bed later on, but
or on the floor. I think a couple of weeks ago, I text another parent whose child is home, and they go to the same school, and I said, "So what do you do about dinner? Like, what are you eating tonight?" I was exhausted. I can't ask Alexa to cook, and literally I thought in my mind, "Alexa, clean the bathroom," and I couldn't do that. So then I texted his mom, and she let me know that she orders food. She orders out twice a week.
oh, nice.
And that's how she's been able to manage the additional things that she has to do during this time. And then I thought, hey, you know what? Like, remembering that we're not in this alone. Sometimes it feels like we're unique in our own situation, but the reality is that there's other people, like many people are going through this, and it's okay to reach out and ask for advice, and it's okay to reach out and say that you're not okay, and it's okay to reach out and be able to ask for help, because ideally God wants us to be able to reach out to one another and not be alone, and be able to do life together, because he wants us to again feel like we have those people around us that are going to care for us in that way. And above all, ask God for help, and ask God to help organize a to-do list, so that if something doesn't get done, then maybe it just didn't need to get done today. And ideally, God will help us so that it gets done tomorrow. Because thank God we don't have to be perfect. He's the only perfect one. And he can help us to manage, we can bring our thoughts, we can ask him to manage our thoughts, so that every thought, every feeling is under Jesus's authority. And so that at the end of the day, we can feel that we've done what God has asked us to do the best way possible, and be satisfied with that, because ideally he is satisfied with us as well.
So beyond being a team player with each teacher, she's shared with us that she's also a team player with the community parents that are going through this transition also, reaching out to them, getting ideas from them, giving them ideas. And I noticed one thing also, that you have the fortunate situation that occasionally when you're down running your business, that your husband fills in, just automatically just fills in and checks on the children's schoolwork. So that's even extending the team players beyond just the teachers and the community parents that are going through it also. It's being mainly of all team players within the household, and encouraging each other through this transition, through this change. We don't know how long this COVID-19 environment will be with us, but nonetheless, we have to, as much as possible, keep a positive outlook, be team players together, and be kind to one another, fellowship with one another whenever we can. I do notice that at the end of your school day with the children, work day with your entrepreneur business, that you go for walks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so to me, it's always been important to be able to get out and enjoy nature. Just be outside and walk, and as much as possible, I think if it was up to me, we would live outside. But that's not possible. So the girls had wanted to get together with some of the other children that are their age, and they wanted to go on these walking adventures with their peers. So they created this space, or this group of kids, called the Busy Bee Society / Adventure Academy. I think they're still deciding on the name. And we go for walks. We go to a nearby park that's about a mile away, or we go further out in the community and just walk around. Sometimes we drop one of the kids off in their house and then walk around a little bit further, or we go to just different playground areas. Sometimes we do get to drive, and we've gone to a local pond mainly to design homes in the sand and just be outside in nature as much as possible. And I'm mainly just an adult body there to supervise as necessary, but they're making all the decisions as to where we're going and what they're going to do once they get there. So it's been a great leadership experience for them too.
And giving them an opportunity, to show their leadership in through the change. So what are some of the things that you've talked to them about the COVID-19 environment, so that they're stabilized and feeling confident about their safety?
Yes. So I say to them, to focus on the positive. Ideally, this will be a temporary situation, and thank God we can still be together.
Nice. So, girls, with seeing everything that your mother invests in you on a daily basis, and your dad too, but he's got his own business, and he's more so not as engaged as mom in the scheduling, the planning, to overseeing that everything is flowing just right and nothing's out of sync and going awry. So is there something in particular Joe would like to say to someone who's the mainstay, the nucleus, to make sure that everything stays in place and working well, like a mean, well-oiled, well-organized machine? No breakdowns. What would you like to say to mom?
Well, yes. Thank you for all the things you have given us and allowed us to do. Thank you for being always there to help. And thank you for managing our time and all the things that we have to do, making sure that we go outdoors as much as possible. And you always have to say thank you to your parents or whoever is helping you with that.
Would you two like to say something to mom too?
Yes. Thank you for, like Gabriela said, managing our time and keeping us healthy, trying to do much as possible, and yes.
And you?
Yes. Thank you for cooking and making our food and buying the food. Thank you for preparing our towels to wash our face in the morning. And our toothbrushes. Thank you for helping us with our work. And thank you for managing our schedule.
Wow.
You're very welcome.
One thing I want to add before we conclude this wonderful time together of sharing with you is that Mom makes certain that soft music is playing in the morning when the girls are about to wake up. Let's remember that kind words in the morning, soft music, inspirational music, whatever can start Mom's day out well, Dad's day out well, the children's day started well. We need to be mindful of maybe including that, because I find that they wake up and they're calm, they're more pleasant, you're in the right and positive frame of mind. So whatever you could do to make certain that this transition keeps you on the happy side of it all, the joyful side of it all, please do that and share it if you would with your comments, your questions, and your suggestions so that other people can see it and hear it and be encouraged. I want to thank our 4 guests for blessing us with all of these deep personal details that will light your fire and make certain that your day comes out pleasantly. So thank you so much. Before the girls leave us, and maybe even Mom will chip in, and I'm going to try my best, they have a message for you, a silent but powerful, impactful message. So here we go.
Aunque tenemos cambios, Dios nos va a estar protegiendo. Even if we go through changes, God is going to be with us.
Quédate saludable. Stay healthy. Mwah. Even though you don't want to do your work, God is with you and He's helping you. Aunque no quieres hacer tu trabajo, Dios está contigo y Él te está ayudando. Adiós. Bye.
And for all the families out there, remember, yes you can, yes we can. Para todas las familias, recuerden que sí puedes, sí podemos.
I want to say thank you to everyone who's checked in and watched this broadcast and all of my broadcasts. I want to say thank you to my subscribers, and for all who have not had that blessed opportunity to subscribe yet, click on subscribe, and click on like, letting YouTube and me know, both YouTube and me know, that you like this information, that it's helpful. And please, if you would, leave me your comments, your questions, your answers, your suggestions, your answers to the Bible quiz, because I will be including a Bible quiz. Right now, I'm going to have the Bible quiz typed in the description section, so you can read the Bible quiz there and you can give the answers. Maybe I'll give it to you right now, but nonetheless, share this information with everyone if you would, please. Please share this information. Let everyone know it's available. Who danced at the banks of the Red Sea after the Hebrews crossed the Red Sea? They were going through a change of leaving Egypt and crossed over, walking on dry land. They crossed over to the other side of the Red Sea. Who danced when they crossed over? Likewise, question number 2, when the Hebrews crossed over the Jordan River, God told Joshua to stack something up on the banks of the Jordan River. What did he have them stack up on the banks of the Jordan River? And why did he have them stack those items up? Okay? So please have fun answering those questions. And also I will have a cheat sheet in the description section for you. Please remember that on the right hand side there's a drop down arrow. Click on it. Look at all the different URLs for the speakers that I've listed for you. Great, fabulous information that will really bless you. You can sit back with a cup of coffee, tea, a donut, a sandwich, and enjoy the information, okay? So please, if you would, click on subscribe, ring the notification bell, click on like. Let us know that you like this information. Stay blessed, stay encouraged, and stay connected with me. And I trust God to talk with you again soon. Once again, I thank my guests. I think they blessed us abundantly. Be encouraged. Click on subscribe. Thank you.